Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody out there. We've been excited about today and today's show. We would have been in Alberta right now for the Artwaves West show. So today we are bringing you a special 2 hour show of non-stop crafting. So today on the show we have, we have Tracy Moreau, Kim Evans, Cindy Ohama, Manny and Dawn from Deglow's Den, Deb Antonick, Donna Duvall, Holly Hanley, Deb Mishima, Diana Steer, and Annette from Kensington Art. It's a jam-packed show and we're going to have so much fun. So stay tuned, stay with us, and enjoy the ride. Make sure that you make comments and ask questions along the way. When the presenters are presenting and doing their demonstrations, I'll be keeping an eye. So if you have a question or you want to make a comment, please feel free. Some of them are doing door prizes. So if you comment, your name will go in for the door prize. Also, if you missed part of the show, you can always watch it on repeat, or you can go to our YouTube channel, which is Pin It Canada, and you can see all the shows there, plus our special, a lot of our special shows. So the special 2-hour special, also the Pin It Canada live virtual events. So yeah, it's all there for you. So sit back, grab a coffee, tea, whatever, and enjoy the ride, enjoy the show. I'm Audrey DeYoung on Audrey Live. hello on this wonderful Thursday, September 17th. We're very excited for today. A few things we just want to make mention. We were talking a few weeks back about the Pin It Marketplace and the special exclusive adorable designs from Debbie Cotton and Holly Hanley. Well, the marketplace is open. We have received the items and we're just getting it all sorted, but we are ready to take orders. So you just go to pinitcanada.com, to our website, and hit on the marketplace. And there's all sorts of little goodies. Like we have these wonderful mouse pads that are just adorable. We also have, of course, t-shirts in youth sizes, unisex sizes, and women's sizes. So this is the design from Holly Hanley, just saying no to germs. Now we do have a second design from her on the website, you'll see, and it's more of a boy gnome, I guess. And then we also are working on changing the writing that she has on this one as well. So that will be coming up soon. And then there's Debbie Cotton's design on the t-shirt. And then we have these awesome mugs as well. So here's one of Holly's, and the design is on both sides. So it doesn't matter how you're drinking your coffee, this way or this way. You can see the design, and everybody else can too. So check out the marketplace, check out the items that are there. We are still working on bags, like a nice canvas bag, and also aprons. So those will be coming in the next week or so as well. So, and when you place the order, we will calculate the shipping and then send you an invoice just for the shipping before we ship the products out to you. So yeah, get on it, get with it, and get ordering for these amazing designs. Also, don't forget that Holly and Debbie do have the pattern packs for these designs, and they're available on their website. So we'll make sure that we put the link below for that, so that you can order. If you want to paint it on something, you're a painter and you want to paint it on something, you can just order the pattern pack from them. All right, so that's exciting news for us. Our new marketplace, launching it. We're excited. Another thing that kind of happened to me a couple weeks ago, I had Jill Fitzhenry, which a lot of you know by Jilly Bean, and Anna Marie Oak approached me about hosting their Zoom class. So I am really excited. It's kind of the first time I've done this, and I was very excited about it and emotional. And I just thought that was so nice. They like the way that I present myself, I guess, on the show. And they just really wanted to focus on teaching their classes. So they want me to host it and monitor the Facebook and things like that. So it'll be wonderful, a wonderful day. So it's October 2nd. And you can see here, Anna Marie, and she'll be teaching this piece in the morning. It's called It's All About Candy from 9 till 1. And then Jilly Bean will be teaching this piece in the afternoon from 2 till 6. And if you go to either one of their Facebook page, you can take one or the other. You don't have to take both. So there's a price to take just one class, or I think a special price to take both classes. Yes. Oh, it's right here. Class fee is $70 each, or both, or $40 each. Sorry, $40 each, or you can take both classes for $70. So you will get Anna Marie, Jilly Bean, and me all for that price. So anyway, we're very excited. And you know, I might do more of that sort of thing. So we'll see what happens. I certainly enjoy interacting with people and keeping people connected. And this is just another way to just watch people be creative. So that's October 2nd. Check out Anna Marie and Jilly Bean's Facebook page to sign up, or you can go to jillybean.net right there for more information to sign up. So, all right, well, let's get started. We have just, lots going on today. So I just want to bring on, let's see, my first guest, Tracy Moreau. She's our first guest. Tracy has been a good friend and supporter of our shows for over 23 years. Boom. She has taught and been an exhibitor at all of our shows from coast to coast. She's from New Brunswick. She's classically educated in the arts. She has been painting for over 30 years, teaching for 20, and is constantly stretching and advancing her skills. She's an active part of the Deco Art Helping Artists program, Deco Art brand ambassador, and a Dynasty brush brand specialist. Hello, Tracy.
Hi, Audrey.
Hello. You're really dark. I think you need to turn, do you have a light right there? Ah.
There, you can see my disaster of a studio from there.
Uh-oh. It's hard to see you. You're kind of like you're in the shadows.
Yeah, well, all of the lights are behind me, so.
All right, there you go. There you go. So this is so wonderful to have you with us. We're all missing being out in Alberta, but it's just so nice that we can all come together here and just spread a little bit of what we love to do with everybody else out there. So
I know, this was so exciting. I'm so glad that you did this. I miss the opportunity to see everybody out west. I miss my Debbies. I don't get to see my Deb Antonick or my Deb MacGyver, my Debbie James or Debbie Cotton or any of those. So I miss my Deb. Yeah. And I miss all of the other girls that we get to see out there, all of the other teachers and the students.
Exactly.
So yeah, it is sad, but this is a great way for us to connect. Just because we can't make it there doesn't mean we can't connect. So
that's right.
I think this is awesome.
Perfect. Perfect. So what are you going to show us today? And hopefully your working surface is a little bit lighter, because like I said, we're really having a hard time seeing you.
You look behind me, I have like the whole Hollywood setup going here now.
And that's where you're going.
That's where I'm going.
Okay, perfect.
So if you give me 1 second, I'm going to switch over the camera.
Okay. And what are you going to be demoing for them today?
You know what? Deco Art put out so many great new products this year. I mean, crazy number of great new products. So we're going to touch on a couple of those, but then I want to show you a product that I fell in love with, and you're going to laugh because you know I don't like painting on glass, but I fell in love with this new glass paint. So I thought I'd show you that as well. So
perfect. Perfect. All right. I'm going to pin you, and I'll just kind of keep an eye on the Facebook feed. And if there's any questions or anything, I will pop in and ask you.
All right.
Perfect. There you go. You're ready to go.
I am. Hopefully you can hear me. Is the mic good?
Yes, the mic is perfect. I can hear you, and the
excellent. I'm gonna see if I can't move this. There we are. So this is Deco Art's new glass paint. I've never been a fan of painting on glass, primarily because I always felt you had to do everything over and over and over again. It just did not seem to be all that easy to me. And then Deco Art came out with this, and I thought, well, this is strange. Are they making a new paint, or are they changing an old paint? What are they doing? What they did was they came up with a completely new formula for glass paint. And this is the one they came up with. So it has a number of benefits. And one, it's very opaque. It has beautiful coverage. Two, it's really smooth and creamy, and it's very easy to move around on a glass surface. And it'll work with your regular brushes as well as glass paint brushes. So this stuff is great. And I love the way it dries. It has this gorgeous sheen when it dries. It's just beautiful. So I put a few puddles of the various colors, just so you can see how vibrant they are. They're really, really rich, very creamy, and they lay out really beautiful. So one of the things about glass paint is it's very thick most of the time, but this particular paint is awesome. So I'm going to double load. Now I'm just working with a regular, this is just a Dynasty black gold brush. And look how it sticks to the surface. It just lays in really nicely. It's very smooth. It's just like working with your regular acrylics. It's smooth, it's creamy, and it's easy to work with. So, and the kicker to this is working with a liner brush. So most of the time, you know, glass paints are very gooey and very thick, and this one is very creamy and smooth and goes on beautifully. And I'm just using my regular brushes. I haven't had to resort to working with a specific brush for glass painting. I'm gonna grab a round brush. I wanted to show you how fun these are to work with. So I'm just picking up a little bit of white, and I'm going to comb a stroke. Look how creamy and how smooth this paint goes on. It's crazy awesome. And it's really nice and opaque. So you can get a lot of stroke work and whatnot done in just one pass. You don't have to base coat and then go over it again. And it's a really easy paint to work with, and it's very forgiving. If at any time you're not happy with what you've done, you can simply just wipe this off. Now, the process of heat setting this is exactly the same as the traditional gloss enamels. You just pop it into a cold oven, set it to 275, let it run until the oven heats to temp, let it sit in there for about 5 to 10 minutes, shut the heat off, wait until it cools, and it is permanent and dishwasher safe. It is a beautiful paint, functions beautifully, and it's so easy to use. This from somebody who really doesn't like painting on glass. Love this stuff. You can do so many cool things with it. You can intermix the colors. There's a great palette of colors from soft pinks and whites, all of the basics, plus these gorgeous rich tones that you see here. Absolutely fantastic new product. If you paint wine glasses for craft sales, if you paint glass for giveaways or for gifts and things like that, you're going to love this paint. It goes on so smooth, so easy, and it dries quick. Look at this. This is dry already. Beautiful paint. So that is Deckwart's new glass paint. Now we get to some really cool stuff because I've been so excited about this.
So before you get on to the next one, I have two questions. One said, how do you prep the glass?
Prep is simple. I just take the glass, wash it thoroughly, or I wipe it down with rubbing alcohol, let it dry, and then you're ready to go. It's that simple.
Perfect. And the other one is, can they get it already now? Like, where can they purchase it?
This is available at Michael's. They carry the full range of colors.
Perfect. Sounds great.
Now, this one is very cool. This one is Deckwart's Ultimate Glow. I know everybody's seen the Glow It, the little bottle of glow-in-the-dark medium that you can mix with your regular Americanas. This is Ultimate Glow. So what they've done is they've changed the formula for this one, added a much stronger pigment to it. This one will recharge and then glow for up to 8 hours. And this one can be used as the medium clear and paint over a surface, or you can mix it 1-to-1 with your regular acrylic paint. Fantastic product. And it's amazing when you see it at night, just how strong a glow it has. It's a phenomenal new product. This one is going to be available at Michael's. I believe it's already on the shelves in some stores.
Now, somebody did say that they saw that Stockade is also carrying the
Yes.
glass paint.
Yes. Stockade is carrying the glass paint. If I'm not mistaken, they also carry this. I'd have to double check, but I'm pretty sure they do. And this one, I don't know about distribution on this product because it is new, but this is really cool. Let me see if I can get you in the camera shot there. This is a really cool product. This is Deckwart's Black Light Neon. This one glows under a black light. What makes this one different from the usual craft products that you see out there is this one is multi-surface. So it sticks to styrofoam and ceramics and terracotta and glass and canvas, paper, wood, bricks, plastic, and fabric. So this is an awesome new product. If you've got kids doing craft projects or school projects, they look great without the black light. They look amazing with it. Absolutely phenomenal new product. Something fun to play with and ideal for kids. Soap and water cleanup and non-toxic. As always, it's Decor.
Perfect. That looks awesome. How does one recharge this? I guess they're talking about maybe the glow. Can they recharge
it? It's actually very simple. Set it in the sunlight. If you can put it under a UV light or set it in the sunlight, it will recharge and then it'll glow for up to 8 hours. It's an awesome product. This is so much fun to play with.
That would be awesome.
Deckwart's had a really great year. There's so many favorites in it. I'm a big fan of the glass paint, like huge fan of the glass paint, because I have never liked painting on glass, and this one changed my tune. But one product that we got this year that I'm in love with is this one. We have the Enchanted and the Enchanted Shimmer, which is the iridescent glazes and paints. Plus we have one that has a light glitter in it. All of those products are fantastic, but this is part of that line. This is the Ultra Black Base Coat. This is a one coat, one and done base coat in solid matte black. It's super rich, super dark, and the coverage is amazing. So if you're doing anything specialty with a nice rich black background, get yourself a bottle of this Enchanted base coat. It is phenomenal.
And again, can that be purchased?
They have this at Michael's as well. All of the Enchanted and the Enchanted Shimmer are available through Michael's.
Perfect. Perfect. Awesome. Do you want to flip back over so we can see your face a minute, Tracy?
Absolutely.
So many new products. It's so exciting.
Okay.
They must have been working hard, I imagine, getting everything ready to all these new products to launch. And you know, it's hard right now, right, during COVID season when they can't go to shows and launch them. So it's nice to have the opportunity here to show people what the products are and how to use them. So
yeah, Decor had a very large new product launch this year. Very large. We had tons of new product, and I don't think that this year is going to be any different. We do have quite a few new things in the offing, as they say, that's going to come up probably in January, and you'll start seeing some new stuff. Most of the shows that we would launch these products at have gone virtual. So AFCI in Phoenix is going to be a virtual show this year. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the show in Frankfurt, Paper World, is going to be virtual as well, or at least portions of it. So it'll be interesting to see how we approach that when it comes to launching a new product.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, thank you, Tracy. Make sure you go on. I see there's a couple more questions there. And Tracy will be back with us on October the 1st. So I'm sure she'll have more to share at that time. She'll be our one and only guest that day. So it'll be exciting to spend a little more time with you, Tracy.
Well, I've got a great demo planned for that one.
Good, good.
Yeah, we've got lots of fun stuff on up our sleeves for that one. Thanks for having me today.
Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that was Tracy, and so much new going on with Deco Art. So like I said, she's going to be back with us on October 1st, showing us a little bit more in depth about some of these products. So make sure you stay tuned. Perfect. Our next guest is Cindy Ohama from Calgary, Alberta. Cindy has been painting instructions and sharing her love for art for 26 years. Her love for teaching shows when she is in her shop, other studios, or conventions, as she always has a smile on her face and a willingness to help other artists. Cindy will be demonstrating for us today colored pencil on fabric. That just sounds incredible. Let's see what Cindy has for us today. As soon it's coming.
Hey, I'm Cindy Ohama, and I'm going to show you how I got my colored pencils onto fabric and how to use textile medium with that as well. So this is new to me. This is just my first piece, but I have been trying out a little bit with my older patterns. So I'm going to show you how every single one of my colored pencil patterns can be put onto not only paper, but onto fabric. So an apron, a wall hanging, or an apron, anything fabric. So a shirt, all kinds of stuff. So let me show you how I did that. All right, so I started sketching this guy out on a pillowcase. So it's just a cotton pillowcase I got from IKEA called Girly, if you want those ones. And I'm just following my instructions from one of my older packets. Love this little guy, but he's done on art again. So I'm following the exact same colors and process, except for I am changing out the solvent for the textile medium. So this is Jacquard's textile medium, and so it's the colorless extenders which you're looking for. So you're going to have some of that handy, and I was really having a good time, so I went ahead and started sketching all of this. I have an ear left though, so that's good. And I'm going to block in the color. I'm using the side of my pencil rather than the tip. That's so that you don't get those hard lines, but with the fabric, I find that it's a little bit more forgiving. You won't be left with those lines so much. So if you happen to get some hard, like this, lines in there, I'll show you how they go away. It's no big deal. So I have got this fabric on a board. So I slipped a board, just a scrap piece of wood kind of stuff, inside the pillow, so I have something hard to sketch on, and then I have it taped as well, as tight as I could on the board to keep that from wiggling. Okay, so once I have my color in there, I'm going to go in and I'm going to shade with, that was with goldenrod, I'm going to go in with the chocolate. I'm going to pop my shading in. So you just follow the shading areas that are on the pattern or the color picture, it doesn't matter. Again, this is loose, just like I would with colored pencil on paper. I don't blend it as I'm sketching the shading in, I just kind of pop it in really rough. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use either a fabric brush, a scumbler. I use a flat sometimes to get nice clean lines. I like the chisel ones because they're really short and they're a little bit stiff. And I'm going to dunk into my medium. And I'm going to go right over top of this, and I'm going to be pretty generous with this stuff. I do want it kind of to soak into the back of the fabric, so that's how heavy you want this. And I'm just kind of scrubbing it in. If you find that you need some areas that are a little bit crisper, straighter lines, you could use a flat. I find these guys a little bit looser, so you'll get a rougher outline, which is great for a little teddy bear. So as this starts to penetrate the fabric, it'll open up that medium a little bit. I'm able to manipulate it. There we go. So we're starting to move and blend, which is great. Now this will dry a little bit brighter because with this extender I find that it makes it kind of milky looking, but as it dries it starts to get less milky. Now this was the same shading color, so I just want to show you that you are able to go in, pop in a little bit more shading if you need to, if you find that you've missed a spot, or you want the shading out a little wider, a little darker. You'll notice that the paint of that medium kind of moves around a little bit. That's okay, no biggie. I do wipe off my pencils on paper towel because otherwise that paint can kind of dry on them and that's no good. So I'm going to go right back in there, blend again. Then I'm going to go in with a deeper color. I'm going to go into dark umber here. Take the same brush, make sure there's no water in it. You don't need water. If you need to add more of the medium, you can. You want to make sure you get a good coat on it anyways. I traced this pattern on, by the way, using Sorel. There we go. Okay, so while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to show you, I have all the hairs done on his little body here. What I like to do is make sure that the paint is set up before going on to any highlights. They'll just show up a lot better. So I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to start lining in his little hairs. So these are just little highlight hairs. Definitely above his little eye there. You want to get some little eyebrow hairs kind of falling down, same with his little expression here. Now I'll probably put quite a few, so I'll go over top of this a few times to get this as bright as I want it, but you can see it sticks pretty good. I'm pressing pretty hard though to get that highlight to show. It's not as easy as it is on paper, but it does show. You could use a pillow color that's a little bit darker as well. So once I have that on there, I'm just going to take my brush with the jacquards again and just throw another coat on there. Now another neat tip as well that I've played around with is if I want brighter lines or darker lines, what I do is I'll just dip my brush, or sorry, my pencil into the solvent. Here, I'll do this up here. And I'll get a little bit bolder of a line. These highlights aren't going to be super duper bright, but I'll show you with the dark here. So I'll go back in with some dark umber, let's say. Can you see how that just goes in there a lot darker? So if I just tip into the medium, I'm able to get that bolder color, and then I'm still going to go in there and blend that out a little bit. There we go. So I just want to show you as well the ground area here. I've got some blue on there that is blended. This is it before it's blended as well. So huge difference once you put the textile medium on there. And the nice thing about the textile medium as well is afterwards, this is like super duper soft. So it doesn't have that really thick rubbery kind of feeling either. So I used exactly the same process for this guy. So I blocked in like I showed you. I put the shading in. Instead of using solvent where I would ask in my pattern packet, I would use the medium, right? So that's the only difference is you're switching out the medium for your solvent. So no solvent in the fabric with the colored pencils. And I am using the Prismacolor Premier. It's just a soft lead pencil. Love them. Been using them forever to sketch this guy. There we go. Hope you enjoyed the demo. If you have any questions, you can contact me anytime you like.
Thank you, Cindy. That was really great. What a neat technique. I never would have thought about using colored pencils on a pillowcase. hopefully Cindy will be on. I know there's lots of questions there, so hopefully she'll be on soon that she can answer those questions for you, or for sure she'll get back to you on those questions. So our next presenter is Kim Evans, and she was supposed to be live with us today, but unfortunately she's not able to join us. So I have a video, hopefully, that came through from her. So I'm just going to check to make sure that we have it here. Let's see. Perfect. You know what? I think perhaps we'll get back to that at a later time. So just, it's still downloading. It was just kind of a last minute thing. Unfortunately, Kim's father's not doing well. So she figured that she might not be able to. She was hoping she would be live with us today, but is just not meant to be. So anyway, our next guest, we will go straight to our next guest, who is, Dawn and Manny Deglow from Deglow's Den. Again, another great vendor that we normally have at the show, and just wonderful business that they have there with all of their products that they have available for people. And, you know what? Sorry, everybody. This is just videos everywhere. Let's see. We will get this on very soon. All right. I think I have found Kim's video. It's just, there it is. All right. So we will share Kim with you first. So this is Kim Evans, from Emerald Creek in Calgary. So let's just listen to see what she has to say.
Hey everyone, I am Kim with Emerald Creek, for those who don't know me. I am giving a pre-recorded one just in case something goes wrong with my dad. So I apologize. This is what I was going to do. I was going to go down to one of the art studios, Kensington Art, who's on a little bit later, and showcase some of my powder in their studio. Also to show you this canvas. So I received this canvas free at a garage sale because I could repurpose it. Next week, I will be highlighting some of the changes, but I'm going to take this and turn it into a new piece of art for my home. And we are going to be experimenting with paints and embossing powders. I am not a fine artist by nature. I do like to have fun though, and I like to explore outside my boundaries. So next week, I will feature this. Maybe I'll hop on another Audrey Live to show how it evolved as well, but I'm going to tape myself changing this canvas so you can learn the steps. As I said in one of my own lives last week, I do things and I do them with confidence, whether they fail or whether they work. I have no idea. I just do it with the confidence that if I hate it, I can throw it out, and if I love it, I can keep going. So that's what this will be, is an experiment of things like washi tape, stamps, embossing powder, paint, and we'll see what kind of new art I can create. It's actually quite a big canvas. Let me see if I can just use myself as a reference here. So it's quite tall, quite wide, and it was nice. The guy just hated it and was excited to give it to me because he was listening to my story and said he wanted to clean his house out and had a whole bunch. He was a fine artist, a real fine artist, not like me at all. But yeah, so next week we'll play with that. If you want to tune in, follow the Emerald Creek Facebook page and at Emerald Creek on Instagram. I can't think of anything else. We are going to donate today Coffee with Kim. At the end of Audrey's live show, there's going to be a coffee coupon. Oh, and if you're wondering, so this is my work desk. We have some new things. We're going to be wrapping up black craft mats. We have these heavy-weighted craft mats that we are now launching. I just have to package them, and I just haven't had time to do my packaging. Also, I've got Pam Bray's Panache in my hand. This is a new line of charms for Pam Bray, and we're excited about that. So yeah, that kind of is everything that's happening here We have a couple new stamp lines that are coming on board, Lori Creations, and we are just working with one other super secret. I just need the contract signed. We've already done some test samples, so it should be good, but with COVID, they've had deaths. I'm now dealing with a death, so of course everything is getting delayed, but we're pretty excited. We think things could be good. Put your comments in there if you want to know. We also have Creative Scrapbooker. Next week I will be teaching a class. In the event that I can't teach it, I'm going to actually give two options. We're going to have Caitlin teach it during the event in case something happens with my dad. We will also have these classes. I will do a second class tutorial because sometimes people just want to learn from me, and that's okay because I just do things a little quirky and different. So we've got a card, a book, and a mini canvas, and we use the same stamp sets across everything, and it's just to show how you can push across and create very different looks, very different projects, all with the same thing. So people who might have a bit of a brain block, this is a class designed for you. Do come and join us. Next week it's free for Creative Scrapbooker to participate in any class. What you're going to want to have is all these things. I do have a few kits left, but you're going to have to pay for a courier if you want it on time because it's going to have to go out by courier tomorrow or Monday. But I have a canvas. This is an 8x10 canvas. You can go to your dollar store. Then I did a 6x6 card. So have some paper, use a metallic and a glitter sheet. So you'll want to make sure you have that embossing powder, which you will get to use if you want. If you don't want, that's okay, but it'll teach you how to use all the different levels. And this one is a really simple technique on how to take this book. This is matte board and an Eileen Hull die, and I cut it, and then I cut an overlay, and then we use one of the stamps to press across it the music. Oh, I'm upside down, sorry, that's not helping. And how to use stamps, how to ink, and this was a piece of newsprint paper that we were able to do. Sorry, I'm getting a little shaky.
Thank you, Kim. Yes, the volume was a bit low. We apologize for that, but just glad that Kim could be part of the show today. And of course, as many of you are saying, that we're wishing her the best with her father at this time. So, and we will have her on the show maybe in the next month or so that she can show you what she's done with that, what she's going to do with that canvas piece. So, anyway, up next we have Manny and Donna Deglow. They're from Deglow's Den, and they are normally with us at the show, of course, in Alberta, and have some great new products that you're going to see, and hopefully the volume will be better on this one. We've got the volume going everywhere, so enjoy.
Hi, I'm Manny from Deglow's Den, and this is my wife, Dawn.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. Here we are in our basement showing off our stuff. So Dawn will explain to you what we've got new for this year.
Hi everybody. Sorry we couldn't be together this year because of COVID, but hopefully we've got a few different things for you. We've got a few old items as well. Last year, our lovely little ballerinas sold out so quickly, many of you didn't have the opportunity to see them. So we've brought them back this year, and hopefully you'll have the opportunity to get them from us this time. But I also had a request for little boys this year. So we've come up with a few different versions of that, so I wanted to be able to show them to you. We've got our little guys here swinging and playing with his kite and his pinwheel, a little bit of soccer. And how about the little guy with the rocking horse, the sports car, the frog, and oh wait, the little guy with the fishing pole. Imagine putting him on a little bit of a board here, string out a little bit of string on that line, and have his fish dangling off there and hang it in your little boy's room. All right, gnomes were very popular last year, and this year very much so too. So Manny will show you some of those gnomes.
We've got some gnomes here, folks. A wide variety of gnomes for you, any different sizes. If there's something that you guys want in a certain size, let us know. Give us an idea, because we can go from that size in the back there with the snowman to down to this little guy right about here. So, and again, Dawn will explain to you about her nutcrackers.
Actually, we can even go smaller than this because we definitely have small little embellishments that we can bring the laser down to with small sizes. Nutcrackers are very popular this year as well, so I wanted to be able to show you a little bit in regards to how we can change things up. If you happen to see something and you just don't like the particular size that you see it in and you'd like it smaller or larger, you can always let us know. So, for example, this is our large nutcracker, and you'll see I also have a smaller version of that nutcracker and yet a smaller version of that same nutcracker. So please just let us know if you see something but would like it in a different size. Obviously, price will be variable and dependent. I also wanted to be able to show you that when we create a cutout, we are often left behind with an outline, and so stencils can be easily made, whether it be out of wood or out of mylar. We can actually create stencils for you as well off of the laser. Christmas trees. I Wish You Merry Christmas was very popular last year, so I wanted to bring that back again, and you'll see a lot of the snowflakes here that are embellishments that are attached to the tree that help to make it three-dimensional. But new for this year is another tree that we've come up with, and this one obviously you can paint out most of it, but you'll see the small little cutouts here. And for this particular tree, I opted to just grab some wire and some bells and wired those through little holes. But we also carry embellishments that are a lot of different Christmas shapes that you could very easily put in there or come up with something creative yourself.
So if there's something that you don't see that you would like, remember, bring us your line drawings. You can send us your line drawing. We can create that for you. Over here, see we have the cell phone is sitting there. You can also do the iPad as well. So if you're baking and you need to see your recipe, it's right there, out of the way. Or if you're at your computer and you need to see something on your phone, or just listen to your Sirius XM, it's right there.
All right, a couple more things for the little girl. We've got a ballerina. Now this particular ballerina on a stage comes completely disassembled, and all the pieces you just slip together, and all of a sudden you have her on her stage. You can easily disassemble each piece and actually paint it up. The back piece is just added if you want to put in a photo, but we're also very happy to make this back piece as a solid piece so that you can paint it so it actually appears as though the little girl is on the stage or the little ballerina is on the stage. We haven't had too much Easter stuff in the past, but this year we actually had a few more things. So we've got an Easter bunny with some eggs. We've got the mummy and baby Easter bunny. And those lovely little ones, we're hoping that Manny will actually help to create in a slightly heavier version. This particular one will actually disassemble and lay flat when you're actually done with the Easter season. But if you're looking for something a little bit thicker like that in the mouse, we're working on creating that for you as well. Watch the website for that. This lovely little Easter guy, we've got some eggs that have some different patterns on them, and once you've painted up all your eggs in your trees, you can actually attach those on and create a three-dimensional Easter tree. All right, let's look at some of the Christmas stuff. We've got this lovely little candle holder, and of course we're not, because it is wood, we're not using a real candle, we're just using one of the plastic candles, but you'll see if you were to put that out, you can see through it. It's very dimensional. It actually comes in several different pieces. You can choose to remove portions of it if you would like, and that can completely change the actual picture of what you're seeing. In the back there you'll see the carolers. There are 5 carolers in a stander. They all will come out. You can paint each one of them individually. You can rearrange where they're actually standing. a bit of a winter scene here with the multiple trees and the reindeer. And of course, we've actually created the cutouts in the trees so that you can again put some lighting behind it and it'll actually illuminate through the trees so that you can see. Don't forget, we always still have our old trusted favorites and what has always been very, very popular in the past with many of you. We have a candle holder that looks like a snowflake. And right behind it, you're going to be able to see that Whoville tree that's got the ornament hanging off of it, which is very fun. And speaking of Whoville, you can see there in the back, we've got our little characters. That one sold out last year, but I'm sure you'll recognize that one with all of the characters from the Grinch. We had our lady napkin holder there last year. Manny apparently is very messy, so I have to actually have a lot of napkins out to be able to, you know, clean him up from time to time.
I used this one earlier this morning.
But I also wanted to be able to show you, new for Halloween this year, our lovely little sexy witch. Perhaps you'd be interested in her. She can also be made into a napkin holder where she would have the napkins coming from around her waist, but we really liked her just like that. A few more of the Halloween decorations that we have for you this year. We've got the pumpkins, and of course with their leaf embellishments. You'll see we've still got our Frankenstein. We've got our Scarecrow. We've got a few new Halloween ornaments for you. We definitely have some spider webs to bring to you. We've got some fall creatures and some fall items. So we've got our acorns, we've got a few different types of animals, we've got our three-dimensional animals and creatures, woodland creatures. You'll see more of them on the website. We've got our owl in the tree, and I like this guy in particular. This is our bear. I like actually putting him on a canvas because you can create the canvas and create whatever background and scenery that you'd like, and then finish with the application of the bear on top. And if you really like, here's a hint, put a little bit of a felt spacer into each one and it creates a little bit more dimension because you'll actually get a shadow on it. Here's some of our other little ornaments that you'll see, particularly for Christmas this year. This guy's fun. Here's my little snake tree. This one is dimensional as well, front and back again. You can create a front and a back piece. Oh look, maybe you've got some people that are a little interested in Frozen. We've got some dinosaurs, absolutely. And then you'll see the intricacy of some of the items that we can actually make as well with some of the dragonflies.
So remember folks, like I said, bring us your line drawings. And we are a Canadian company. Stay safe everybody. Check out our website. Stuff changes all the time. Like my wife just changed just now.
Happy painting, everybody. Hope to have you meet up on the website and send us a message. We're waiting for your orders.
Oh, that was great. Thank you, Manny and Dawn. I always love getting my wood pieces from them when we're out in Alberta, and I'm missing that this year. So, I'm thinking the order is going in. I paint a lot of ornaments, so it's always nice to have that. So, and also they say, you dream it, we laser it. So, you know, they do custom work. So if there's something that you're kind of looking for, just give them a call or send them an email. So they would love to help you. Our next guest is Deb Antonick. Deb Antonick is a longtime friend of mine and an awesome person and artist. She is from the beautiful Kensington, BC. She is a published designer and has published several books, magazine articles, and patterns since 2003. She is an active and contributing member of the Decorist Helping Artists team and FM Dynasty Brush Ambassador. She is an AFCI designer member and an ambassador for Stupendous. Hi, Deb. How are you today? Oh, she's still connecting. Deb, are you there? Hello, Deb. Oh, she's trying to figure something out here. You are on, Deb. You are live. We can't hear you. I think she's trying to figure out her audio. She's having issues with the audio. Oh, there we go. Oh, I should be able to hear you, but I'm still not hearing you. Maybe you got to put your volume on. Up. Oh, we can't hear you, Deb. We can't hear you. No. Hi. It says that your audio is on, but we can't hear you. See, what can we do to get that? Testing. Oh, we did practice this, all of this on Tuesday. So, and Deb was doing just fine. No problem. So it must be just something else that has occurred. Let me see. What can we do, Deb? Do you want me to come back to you, Deb? Do you want me to come back to you? Okay, I will come back to you. We'll go on to our next guest, and hopefully you'll have it worked out by then. All right. It's always something, right? It can never be simple. Her practice run worked just fine. So anyway, I think we are going to go to Holly Hanley. Holly Hanley. She is wonderful. She never disappoints. She's always part of our shows, and everybody loves taking classes from Holly. She's the author of the decorative painting series called Sunshine Kisses and Warm Winter Wishes, and has published numerous pattern packs and combined author books. She is known for her textured bears and other whimsical characters, but also designs European themed pieces. Hello, Holly.
That's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful.
Hi.
Hello. Look at all the colors behind you. I love it. I love it. So exciting.
Oh, yeah. It's so awesome.
Good. I mentioned earlier in the show that the marketplace is up and running, so I'm sure the people are taking a look and getting the orders with your cute little designs there as well. So
That's so exciting.
yeah.
That's so much fun. Yeah,
It has been. Yes, it's been a great process. And I think they're just fun shirts for people to wear and to show. I know I've worn mine out a few times, and Daphne has one that she wore to school, and a lot of her classmates and her teachers said, oh, those are so cute. Where do we get them? So there we go.
Well, I totally need one.
So what are you going to show us today?
You know, 'tis the season. I have actually been painting Halloween, and which makes me so happy because I love Halloween. It's like my favorite thing in the world, I think, to paint. So I thought I'd show a pumpkin because I do everything with dry brushing, and it's so much fun and nice and easy and quick, and because we only have a few minutes. So yeah, I thought I'd show a little pumpkin. And I thought I'd show a little sneak peek of the witch I've been working on. So I don't know if anybody's been like on my Facebook page, but I'm working on this little witch. And she's like, has like a little Venus flytrap plant that she's feeding. And then it says, come in for a treat before it crawls away. So it's so much fun. But all the pumpkins that I do on my pieces are all the same. So I thought it would be fun to show one. So here we go. Ooh. Okay, hopefully this isn't upside down. All right, so I was just kind of doodling a little bit on this piece, and I thought I'd show you the pumpkin. Okay, same thing. It's gonna look just like this, basically. So we're using a few different colors, and I've got quite a few actually. I like using I sort of base coat with the shadow color, and then I'm just going to dry brush highlights on top. So I've got oxblood, burnt orange, orange flame, burnt orange, or bright orange, and tangerine. And then I've got a few different greens for the stem and so on, but they're my favorite brushes are the Lunar blenders. They work so great for dry brushing, and I use them on all my pieces. So that's what I'm going to be using. I use them a little different. It's kind of like a wet dry brush, which sounds weird, but I'll show you. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to wet the brush first. Okay, tap off the excess water. And then what I do is I just take a bit of paint. I blend back and forth to get rid of the excess. Okay, like this. And again, just tap it off really well to get rid of all the water in your brush. And what you're going to do is I love black backgrounds because it gives it a really nice sort of shadow that you can work with. And you can use it to your advantage and really bring those shadows out. So basically what I did, I always transfer on the whole pattern, so all the lines, and basically I sort of leave those lines showing. So when I erase the lines in the end, it gives you a nice shadow in between the sections, so a little bit of separation. So what I do is I'm just going to take that paint, and again, I use more than a typical dry brush, so I can't really call it a dry brush, but it's more of a wet brush, I guess. But I'm starting right at the top and I pull down, okay? And you can see I'm leaving a little bit of space in between, like so, okay? Right in here, okay? And I'm gonna have a nice little section or separation in between those sections. Okay, so right in here, like this. And that's just my first coat. So it doesn't have to be perfect, and you can see how the paint skips. And I think I just love this technique. So I love dry brushing. Okay, so once you've got that on, sometimes I'll give it a second coat. So I'll just do a little bit more. And then I'm gonna take, you can rinse your brush or just wipe it off, and you're gonna take some of that burnt umber. Okay, you just sort of blend away the excess, gets rid of the excess paint, and evenly distributes it on your brush. And then basically you're just highlighting. So you start right at the top and you can see that color just pop right out. Like so. Okay, so this is the burnt orange. This is how I do all my pumpkins. Start right at the top. It's nice and quick and easy, and there's no shading required, which is nice. Okay. And like this. So you can see it really starts to come to life even with the second color. Like so. Okay, and then basically once that's dry, so this might take just a second to dry, you're going to take that third color. So this is the orange flame. It's really a nice bright orange, which really makes your pumpkins pop like this. And again, start at the top like this, and you're just pulling down. Okay, so this isn't quite dry. So what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of color on the stem while we're waiting. Again, I always sort of base coat with the shadow color. So I've got a little bit of that green, I've got a dark green. Okay, and again, I like it when my little stems have a bit of a curve to them. Okay, and I've got a couple leaves. Again, I just sort of pull out from the vein down towards the tip. This one has a little gnome on it, like that. Okay, and then you basically let it dry, and then you can add little highlights. So we're going to take a little bit of mistletoe. And this isn't quite dry, so it's not quite working the way that I want it to, but it'll still work. Okay, but basically you just dry brush on those highlights. Okay, and we'll come back in a second to that. So, okay, and we're gonna add some color in the eyes of the pumpkin while this paint is drying. So we're going to bring that to life. And I'm just using the little 1/8 inch lunar blender. Again, I'm very loose and whimsical with my color and my brush. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, which is, I always tell people, don't think too much when you're doing these. Okay, it all seems to come together in the end, which is nice.
There are a couple of people saying that they love the black background and also the lunar brush for dry brushing. And what type of lunar brush is that, Holly?
So I've got, it's a Princeton Select brush, and I use all the different sizes basically. So I was using like a little 1/4 inch for the stem. I have a 1/2 inch for the pumpkin because it's a bigger pumpkin, but I pretty much use them all. I love it. And the black background, one of my favorite backgrounds, just because it gives you so much contrast. I love the pop of color on the background. And you can also use it for shadowing. So you can see there's nice little shadowed sections in between those little bumps on the pumpkin. Okay, and the yellow, again, it's a little bit transparent. So I'm gonna let this dry and I'll give it a second coat. But our pumpkin should be ready to highlight. Okay, so we're just gonna take a little bit of that orange flame, maybe some bright orange. Okay, and again, I always start in the brightest or the section, which would be right at the top. Okay, and I'm just going to pull down like this, and it'll really sort of make it come to life. And you know what, if you lose anything, like I lost the nose there, you can just come back with a little bit of black and just paint that in. So no big deal. Okay, so I'm just using the bright orange flame. Okay, and you can see, just do it nice and quick. The paint skips and it gives you a nice little shadow in between all those little sections. Oh, I love painting Halloween. It's my favorite. Okay, and then I've got a little bit of this. And again, my color isn't quite dry, so it's sort of picking up a little bit.
We got a couple minutes, or actually a minute left here, Holly. They're also wondering, do you sell that brush, or where can they get that brush from? They're loving the lunar.
Yeah, for sure. No, I sell them on my website. So, and I can definitely ship those out. They're really quite nice. Okay, and then basically just, you know, you can add little highlights, you can add little swirls. Like, it's so much fun. So much fun. I love this. But anyway, you just keep highlighting your pumpkin and then add more highlights with the eyes, and yeah, just have fun with it.
Perfect. That looks amazing. And your website again is?
hollyhanley.ca. So nice and easy to remember, I guess, if you remember my name. Okay. Basically, just kind of keep adding. You can add little glows around and so on. Anyway, but I could just do this all day.
They are commenting how amazing it is, how quickly you can paint that pumpkin.
I know the dry brushing is fun and quick and easy. So it's one of my favorite things to do. That's for sure. You just keep getting brighter and brighter. So. Like that.
Perfect. That looks incredible. I love Halloween as well, and the fall time. So it's nice to have something that's kind of fallish to paint and get us ready for the season. I can see a lot of orange behind you, so that's really neat. So, well, thank you, Holly, for being with us today. And
thanks for having me on. It's been awesome.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you're here. So, and hopefully we'll get some shirts or whatever you want. Just let me know and we'll get them out to you as well. So,
oh, totally.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
Okay. Yep, bye-bye. She's always so funny. Yeah, she just she says, just put it on there. Don't think about it. So I think sometimes when we think about it too much, we overthink it. So just put the paint on and go, go, go. So our next guest, we're going back to Deb Antonick. Let's see. Hopefully this will work. Let's get Deb on here. And there we are, Deb. We're connecting. We're connecting. There we are. Hello, Deb.
Hi, can you hear me now?
I can hear you loud and clear. Awesome.
Crazy. I worked last night. I had everything tested, but it works if I set up my own meeting, but it wouldn't work to set in with you. So I could have my overhead camera thingy. But
Yeah.
I've been a bit busy lately.
Yes, yes.
I had time to figure out all this stuff. So how are you?
Very good, very good. And you're looking well, very good.
Combed my hair.
You combed your hair.
Put a little
Awesome.
makeup on today.
That's all we need to do is just comb the hair.
I'm not standing up though.
Ready to go. Well, let's just get right to it. What are you going to show us today?
Well, you know how I love to play with, of course, I love my little stamp pendants people. And it's something that I've had a lot of fun with. They're very, very good to me. They send me all the latest and greatest new stamps, and they allow me to create. And I do, I play with the stamps and paint, and I've been having a lot of fun playing with it. So what I like to try to do is I like to incorporate it with, you know, different pieces of wood, like not for card making, but into painting projects. So here's an example. I picked up these little wood pieces at Michael's, and I thought that they were actually perfect to put in these little mini canvases that I love to paint. And I thought, well, this is kind of make a fun little Halloween-y ornament and stuff like that. So what I do is I get these little mini canvases. These are 3x3 canvases, and they're just fun for little projects. So I've got tons and tons that I've painted in the past.
I know I've watched you paint many of those at the shows and everything. So, and they are adorable.
But, you know, can't just have a little mini canvas because it's just kind of boring to have it on its own. So, like, you know, I just paint them. I add tons of color. I use the Decor Fluid Acrylics. So it's another little one. He's upside down because 5 o'clock somewhere, right? But you can just add so much color. A little Christmas guy from last year. Some drinks. So these are the new ones. So they end up as ads for stamp pendants or the painting magazines. So what I'm going to show you today is quickly how I create like a little ornament. So I've got this guy started. The rest of it is going to be painted with, like, I'm going to add some embellishments and things. And then I'm going to put him inside of this guy. Put a little Halloween-y string, maybe a tag. And I think I might even add some chipboard embellishments, like some Halloween-y ones, just to, you know, dress it up a bit. So what I'm going to show you today is how I do this. So I stamp the mini canvases, and the ink is very important. And then we're going to wing it this way. I have to hold everything up. So when you stamp for painting with Decor Fluid Acrylics, as opposed to using inks and watercolors and stuff like that, is you have to use a fast drying solvent ink. So that would be the StazOn ink or the Ranger Archival ink. And the reason I use these two is they don't bleed. You can put matte mediums, varnishes, anything over top without a problem. If you start using some of these other ones like this VersaFine, it's a beautiful ink, but if you're using watercolors and stuff, it's perfect. But if you use it on these little canvases, once you start applying matte medium or inks, or I mean paint, sorry, it will bleed, it will smear. No amount of anything you put over top will fix it. So when I paint these little guys, I use a sweet little brush. This is an IPC small point blender. I basically use two brushes. I use this, and I use a little 3/8" angle shader. These two brushes are all I use for my little projects primarily. So we're going to see if I can show you sort of how I do this. I use Decor Fluid Acrylics, and what I do is I always start with a medium color. Then I will add a darker shade for shadows, but I will also start adding in other colors and reds and violets, even like a quinacridone violet, like an odd color. I can add blues, greens, anything over top of other colors to sort of create sort of these muted tones. The colors will not blend. They'll sit on top of each other. So you get some really nice tints, like in here. This is actually not colors you would normally use. I'll add reds, violets, blues over greens, greens over blues, yellows over, oranges over reds is one of my favorites, just to create a different tone. So with this little brush, I think I'll get a cleaner page so you don't have to see it. I can make a mess. So with this little brush, I'll put my paint down. So I'm going to pick a medium orange. And you don't need very much of the fluid acrylics. You just need like a little drop like that. So then I'll take my brush and I'll get it wet. And then just wet. And what I do is I'll just roll it on a paper towel. Just like that. Takes the bulk of the water out without taking all the water out. Then I just tip it in and I just rouge it into the brush. Just so the brush has color in it. You don't want to see a big glob of paint on the end of the brush. You just want to see the brush pick up a little bit of paint. So with this guy, I stamped him and then I put on a coat of the matte medium. What the matte medium will do is seal the ink in there, seals the background. So if I make mistakes or get color where I don't want it, I can wipe it right off with a baby wipe, which is one of the things that's really nice about the matte medium on any project. And then I'll just paint my little guy. Let's see if I can do this. And I treat this brush like a marker. So a lot of people have been watching me do these and they see it, but they're not really knowing how exactly I do this. I do have a little video on my YouTube page that actually shows the process, the first colors to the shading. And I just put it on there, just like I was coloring with a marker or a crayon. Just get that color in there. Just like so. And it doesn't even have to be perfect. It can just be modeled because I'm going to layer other colors over top of it. So for my demo today, I'm just going to show you how I do a pumpkin. That's all. And I'm going to dry them quickly just because. So I've dried them just quickly. Then I'll take my shader and shade like I normally would. Just corner load my brush. And then because I did a watered down effect the first time around, I'm just going to shade sort of the outsides like I normally would. Your basic shading. I hope you can see it. Can you see this, Audrey?
Actually, your hand's kind of in front of it.
Sorry, yeah. Okay,
Kind
we'll
of
do
hard
a
to
longer brush.
see.
I'm painting upside down because I can't get my other camera to work. So basically, yeah. So I've just done my normal shading. Then you can use your regular mop, or there's this cute little IPC mop that I use, and I'll just pity pat it softly. So I've got my first layer of shading into here. Can you see it okay?
Yep.
Oh,
Nope,
good.
that's great. Yep.
Then what I'll do, because I like to sort of have fun and sort of add other colors. So I'm going to add a yellow, and this is diarrhea. I don't even know how to say it. It's yellow. Diarrhea. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll actually going to repaint the entire pumpkin with another wash of this color. So there's no neatness in this. It's just messy. So it's just a watered down. So I'm just working in little puddles, very, very tiny bits of paint to water it down. And when your brush is wet, you just roll it again on your paper towel just to take off a little bit of the moisture. Then I'm actually going to paint over the entire pumpkin again. All those colors underneath is going to brighten. I can't see, Audrey.
It looks good. Don't worry, you're doing well.
Okay, it looks
awesome,
good. I'm
actually.
upside down, I'm sideways. So see how he's already brightened with just a simple little touch of another color. Then give him a quick dry.
Somebody did ask, so I've got a couple questions. One is, do you sell those brushes or where can they find them?
I do. They are available from the Brush Guys out of the US. They are not overly expensive, and they can order from thebrushguys.com. And if they enter my initials or my name, Deb A, uppercase, lowercase, doesn't matter, they get 5% off their entire order. And there will be a set included, like I am doing a little gifty. I think you and I talked about that. So I have a little gift package that I'm going to mail out to somebody. It's going to include a set of brushes, a couple of stamps, maybe a few other little goodies. And so something to comment.
Perfect. Yes, make sure you
comment.
ask
Tell me how beautiful I look with my COVID hair.
You'll be in the draw. Also, they want to know, could you seal those to use as a coaster? And what would you seal?
Oh, absolutely.
What would you seal it with?
Just varnish.
Okay.
Yep. They make great. You can go to the 4-inch ones. Make great little coasters and stuff like that. So see, I've got that first shading, and it brightened them up with the yellow in there. So now I'm going to go to a darker orange to deepen my shading, and this is a pyrrole orange. So I'm going to do another little bit of shading on them. Same way we always shade. This is a great idea for making tons of very fast, quick and easy ornaments for Christmas, or in these cases, I'm doing these for Halloween. Okay, so we're gonna try this again, upside down, to add in a little bit darker shading. Can you see them? If anybody is looking for the fluid acrylics, I believe Stockade still carries quite a large range. There is a little bit of a backlog from, DecoArt, of course, getting us loaded up with product, but you can get them from Stockade. They carry the full line. Country Bear in Sherbrooke also carries a full line. See, and you just start adding these little tints, and we just brighten them up.
Perfect. Now we're down to the last minute or so here. They're also wondering the stamps. Where can they get the stamps from?
These ones come directly from Stampendous. You can just order from Stampendous. They're absolutely wonderful. You can, and a lot of you can use any stamps. Of course, I'm a Stampendous lover, but you can pick them up at a lot of the scrapbook stores. They carry a range of stamps as well. So any scrapbook store in your neighborhood, Michael's carries a few odds and sods, and you can pick up dollar store stamps. You can pick up any stamps and do the same process with for just a quick and easy, very affordable little ornament. Yeah. And I just keep layering. And when you're painting these, if you start getting like you're not comfortable, you can add another coat of matte medium over this,
and then just go
and let it dry, and then just continue on, because it'll seal in what you've already done, so you can continuously add. And I've been doing this on wood. I do it on larger canvases. I cleaned my studio, so I have no idea where everything is, but
I know that you have saved me hours and hours, because I don't know, I used to paint, or I still paint about 50 to 100 ornaments every year. Yeah. And I used to trace the design on each ornament. And
you can use you can use a light gray ink for that matter, or stamp for that matter. I think Stamp Stays On makes one, and archival ink, and you're still painting. You're still base coating, shading, highlighting. You can add dry brushing. You can. I've been doodling. I think you've been following that. I did bedside doodles at my mom's bedside, and I would doodle, and then I would add stamps in. So I would sketch my design, then stamp, and then I would ink the rest of my design. Perfect. So that it becomes my own with an element of something else for fun. Because I don't know about everybody else, but I've always loved stamps, but I've never really felt like I was creating art with them, but you can. Yeah. There's so much you can do with them. Perfect. So definitely, if you leave a comment, I'm going to put a little goodie bag together with everything you need.
Awesome. And after the show, I'll make sure that we let all the winners know. And then, we're just so fortunate to have you with us. Thank you, Deb.
And when I do my big project next time around, I will be working.
I was going to say, Deb will be on our show in October. She'll be our main guest. So I'm sure she'll have many more things.
What am I doing?
And we'll have the camera ready by then.
I'm going shopping when I'm done. Tracy has given me tips. Thank you for having me, Audrey.
Thank you.
It's good to be back in the real world.
Perfect. Well, we're so glad you're back with us.
Thanks.
Have a great day.
Bye.
That was great. There's just so much you can do with those stamps. Really, I love it. So Anyway, we're running a little behind, so I better keep going on. Our next guest is Donna Duvall, and Donna is from Mission, BC. And she started teaching in 2003 with Donna Dewberry, where she grew in confidence and knowledge. She is a Decor Helping Artist, a Dynasty brush designer, and she just signed up with Chalk Couture as a designer as well. And I thought I let her in there, but all of a sudden now I'm not seeing her. Where is she? There she is. She is coming on, I think. Are you there, Donna? Oh, I think she's coming. Let's see. Donna, are you there?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but we can't see you.
Okay, I got kicked out, so I'm just setting back up again. Oh my goodness. Isn't that how it happens?
It's always something, isn't it?
Okay, I got kicked out, so I'm just
there. And one of your, Donna's going to have two set up.
Do you got,
there we are.
do you have two of me?
We have two of you. Make sure you turn your volume off on the second of you. There we go. I think we have you now. We have two of you. Make sure you turn your volume off on the second of you.
We're entertaining everyone now.
Well, thank you, Donna, for coming on the show. And sorry, we've kind of had a
I'm
few
just going to turn the other camera around
today,
because it just
so.
takes. There we go.
Well, thank you, Donna, for coming on the show. There we go.
I'm just going to turn the other camera around because it just takes. It's not turning it.
Well, you know what? I think I can mute. Which one do you want me to mute? Your face or the other one?
Always my face.
I'm going to see whether I can mute you. Now keep talking. No.
You can see me. I could see it on my camera.
Are you there? Oh, my. Donna. Can you unmute yourself, Donna?
Mute.
There we go. I think
Okay.
now we got it working. Perfect.
Yeah, we got about a 20-second delay, so I just have to work with that.
Okay.
There we go.
All
Okay.
right. So I am going to show, what are you going to show us today?
Okay, so I'm showing you a Chalk Couture, just a quick design. I had hoped to show you this one. Now I don't see, there's a camera there. I was going to show you this one, but because it's so involved, we're going to run out of time. So I just wanted to show you about Chalk Couture is a silkscreen with a paste, with a sticky background. And you need to cut apart the different designs, and then you can create a little bit more elaborate. And I'm just going to see if I know that we got a little bit of a delay on the cameras. So this was what I had wanted to show you. And this is a gift I'm making someone. So it's made with this board. Hope I'm not going too fast.
Well, and I think what's happening is because we have the volume on where you're talking, whenever you talk, that's what's showing. So I'm just keeping all three up. So maybe you can just, I tried to pin your design there, but it's not, yeah, it's not making it large to everybody else. To me, I can see it large, but maybe you can just move up the pattern a bit and then everybody can see that.
Which one could we switch to? Can we,
can you put the volume back on the piece that you're demoing?
Okay, gonna try that.
Okay, now can you talk? Yeah, see, it's not working. The sound is not working on that one. Okay, let's just go back, put your volume back on. You have to unmute yourself.
There we go.
There you
So
go.
I'll just start demoing, and I'm hoping that you're going to be able to see what I'm doing.
Yeah, well, just every now and then maybe lift it right up to closer to the camera, and then that way they'll be able to see.
Okay. So when I start talking, I can see both screens here. So I'm hoping that you're seeing both of me here.
Yep, they can see both of you and me. I've just got all three of us on. So you can just do the demo and then
Awesome.
and
So
they said
hello.
on your face view, if you can just lower it a little bit, they're seeing a lot of the ceiling and not too much of your face, I guess.
This one?
There we go.
You know, ceiling. Oh, well, being in BC, we have a lot of spider activity. So let's see if I can just move that a little bit. Is that good?
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
So what I'm doing here is this is a brand new, never used transfer, silkscreen transfer. So I'm just fuzzing it really good. Usually about 5 to 6 times on any kind of a terry cloth surface or t-shirt. Now I got into chalk couture because I thought it would be a fun thing to add to my paint party workshops. And I've kind of got hooked and having a lot of fun with some household DIY projects. My front porch is starting to look very fallish. So the surface I'm working on is a chalkboard, and Chalk Couture sells these surfaces, but you could do this on any wood. And of course it goes on glass and everything. So I use paste on wood and chalkboard surfaces. So this is my chalk, and once you start working, you do have to work quite quickly. So I stirred everything and added a bit of distilled water, because when these sit, they will get a bit dry. And if you haven't done chalk for a while and you've got some problem there and it's really hard, don't worry, just distill water and you can reactivate it quite easily. Mine was, my white was quite firm and not a problem. So you want it the consistency of sour cream or yogurt. And then I'm just going to get at it because I know that we don't really have a lot of time, and I goofed up on that volume thing.
No problem.
So I could get really elaborate with it and do some different colors in the pumpkin, some yellows and everything, but just for time, I'm gonna just stick with one color on the pumpkin. But you can mix and match designs. So I'm gonna just put a little bit of green there. So this is my first time talking on camera, and
well, you're doing awesome.
I was a little nervous, but we're amongst friends, right? We're amongst friends. So it can go quite quick. You know, once you get the, you know how to set up and you get the hang of how to use the product. If this was going to take a bit of time, I would paste and peel. I'd start peeling that top layer up and just gently laying it down so that it doesn't, you really don't want your paint to start to dry or your paste to start to dry in that silk screen, because it will pull it up and then you won't have a nice crisp
Someone just
design.
asked, is this like a silk screening technique? And yes, it is, right? Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah, this is a silk screen that I'm pushing the paste through. And these are reusable. Like I'll be able to get about 12 to 20 uses out of it, just as long as I take care of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, you just, once you're done the orange, just kind of pick it up and bring it close to a little bit higher up to the camera so they can see it before you.
So I was probably working off camera, and I have a delay on the sample video I'm watching. You can reuse this paste, so make sure you take any excess off, put it back in the jar.
And what kind of paste is it?
And, then smooth it out so there's no big lines, and I'm hoping it's chalk. It's called Chalkology paste. but it is a chalk paint that has been designed to, it dries very hard. So I'm just going to quickly do my white before it dries on there. So yeah. And then if you do pillows, or I think behind me, you can see that I've got a tea towel up there. You would use the ink, the Chalkology ink, and then you heat set that, or you can do it on wine glasses and bake it in the oven. So they have two types of product too. So always pull top to bottom or side to side, and I'm hoping. Never pull at an angle.
Ooh.
It will stretch your silkscreen and won't be very usable after that. It just goes into a water bath, and hopefully you can see what I just did. That's my water bath, and it can go in that water bath until you're done your project, but don't leave it sit in there too long because you can damage the glue on the back. So
Awesome.
So
Well,
that's
maybe
just a real quick.
I'm gonna pin your picture, pin you, so maybe you can just hold it up now so that people can see it.
Oh, up here?
Yeah. Oh, there we go. A little bit down. There. Perfect. Oh, that looks great, Donna. A lot of
nice
fun.
Sharp designs.
Yeah.
Nice
So
sharp
now,
designs.
where can they find these products?
I've got a website. It's two websites. So one is most people are familiar with Donna's Give Haven, and that's got the colored pencil and acrylic animal paintings and that. And on the back page, it's called Shop, and you can click on Shop and you'll see Chalk Couture, and you can pop in there, or you can go to the chalkcouture.com website, and that's got Creative Chalk Cottage, and that's my ID. And you can just order and have it
Perfect.
direct to your house and play.
Well, maybe you can put it on the feed there, the website, and then that way people know where to look for it, and we'll make sure that we put it on our Facebook page as well. So
thanks for having me. Thank you very much
for being with us. It's been great. Really nice to have you here. So yeah, take care and have a great weekend.
You too.
Okay.
Bye.
Yep. Bye-bye. I love that Chalk Couture. I have done a pillow and I was just amazed. Like, if you want to make Christmas presents fast and have a beautiful piece to give to somebody, that is definitely the way to go. So, and I think there are Chalk Couture representatives everywhere. But yes, of course, we'd like to support Donna. So take a look at her website and we'll go from there. So next, our next guest is Deb Mishima. Let me just get her. I think, hopefully we're doing this right. We're working with some newbies here. Hello, Deb.
Hello, can you hear me?
Deb, there, we can hear you. Yes. Thank you for coming on the show today. This is wonderful to have you with us.
And thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Deb is also from Penticton. We have two Debs from Penticton. Who'd have thunk, eh?
I know.
So anyway, Deb, I just want to mention that Deb has been a long time friend of mine for probably, I think it was about 5 years ago.
5 years?
Yeah, I was doing the show out in Penticton. And Deb Antonick, I was kind of looking for, because I was going out by myself, and I need some help. Do you know of any local? And she said, oh, I have a friend of mine and she'd love to help out. So you came and helped out the whole weekend for the show. And I think you've kind of helped out ever since at either the Penticton show or the Alberta show, helping out at the trade show or at the registration desk. So it's been wonderful. And that also was kind of the beginning of your journey of designing.
Yeah, it was crazy. I used to paint a lot of Terry French. I just sort of taught myself to paint, looking at her books. Yeah. And then I was encouraged to start to try designing my own, so I did.
Perfect. So what are you going to show us today? And we might have a little, I know when we did our practice, when I pinned the thing that you're going to be demoing. It worked just fine, but it didn't work with Donna, the last one, but we will try it. You are going to do what technique for us today?
I am going to show you. So I get asked all the time how I get my designs to look so soft in a lot of my paintings. So I'm going to demonstrate that today.
Perfect.
Yeah. So
I'm going to try to pin what you're going to demonstrate, and we'll see if it's going to work or not once you start talking.
the other camera.
Yeah, I have that on.
Oh, can you see it?
I can see your piece. Yep. You might want to move it up just a little bit.
The piece?
Yes.
Tell me when.
That's good right there. Now,
Right
I think we're going to have the same problem because you're talking. So when you talk, the you show up and not your piece.
The piece. So should I not talk?
Oh, I know you have to talk.
I have to talk. And it didn't do that during the practice.
You would have to turn the volume off on yourself and turn the volume on the piece.
I can do that. Okay,
You
hold
can
on.
do that? Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking. Is
Yes,
there a way
Denise.
to
Denise says
follow you?
technology is wonderful. I know it is. It's funny how sometimes at the practice things work just fine.
Oh, no. I'm muted. Just a minute. Oh. Chat me.
Okay.
I'm
Sorry, everybody. Okay.
I
That might not work. Let's just go back to what there we go. We'll just do it this way. We did it with Donna. It worked out all well too. I'm not quite sure. That'll be something to look into because it definitely worked at our practice.
yeah, worked fine.
Now that we're live on Facebook, that's not working. So we'll just do your demo and then every now and then maybe just hold it up where you are and then I'll pin yourself. So you can work on the piece. People will see it. So go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Are they seeing it now?
They are. They're seeing all three of us. Me, they're you and the piece.
And
So
the piece, okay. So I'm going to show you how.
everybody says we're keeping them entertained. They're having fun. So that's all that's important.
Wouldn't be fun unless there was screw ups, right? So I'm going to show you how I do the stripes on this piece that I have done, this Cotton Candy Santa. Before I do, I wanted to tell you that on like 95% of all my pieces, I take Deco Art chalky finish paint and I base coat all my surface with it. This kind of gives a really nice soft finish to it. And then I always dry brush the surface with warm white. And I take paper towel and I give it a light sanding after I've done that. So say this was my piece and I've just finished dry brushing it. I will then go over the whole thing like this with paper towel and it just really smooths it out and kind of blends everything together. So to start, I'm going to do the green ones first. And I have here light sage, aloe, Hauser medium green, bleach sand, and warm white. So to get started, I'm just going to take my angle brush. I always use angle brushes. Well, not always, but most of the time I just really like them. It's how I taught myself to paint. And then I'm going to dip it into the light sage. And I'm just going to lightly give it a base coat of the light sage. And one of the ways I get my soft look is I leave kind of the background so you can see it, the background color, which this time is Timeless, Chalky Finish Timeless. And depending on how dark I want it, that'll be how many coats I give it. So right now I'm just going to give it one coat because I want a really nice soft look to it. Then I'm going to dip it into aloe and I'm going to give it a shade.
Now they're wondering, Deb, if you rotate your iPhone, it might just make it a little bit bigger. Is that possible?
Rotate it sideways.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Does it?
No, it didn't make it bigger.
Okay, I can come down on the piece.
Yeah, that make it be good. Now it's kind of to the side though. So you might have to rotate it back the way you had it.
This way?
A little bit more.
Ah,
That's good. That's good.
not good enough. Okay.
We're
Okay.
trying everything. I've tried to get rid of knee. That's not working.
Nothing wrong. All right, well, we'll do this. So then I will shade the edge that I want shaded. So I'm going to do this. And then I mop it, always mop, blend it into the color that I already have on. And then I'm going to do a highlight of bleach sand on the opposite side. So I'm going to turn the piece. Always pull it towards you. Again, mop. And I'm going to turn it back and I'm going to do another shade. I do lots of shades. And I usually do everything in layers. Like I do lots of layers and I'll go back and add more highlighting and a little bit more shading. And so now I'm going to shade in Hauser medium green. And I don't like it too wet. So I always dab it off. Then I'm just going to add a little bit of the Hauser medium green. And again, mop it off and blend it in. I usually will, got a little hair.
Maybe move your piece so it's on top. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
And so I will move the mop it usually into the other color. Instead of going into it this way, I will go this way. And then I'm going to add a little bit more bleach sand. Is that good? Position good?
Yep, that's perfect.
And I'm just going to kind of do it here and there. Mop it in again.
And we didn't mention, but I think you have a door prize.
I do. So people who comment on this today, Audrey is going to randomly select someone for free patterns from my Etsy site, any ones that you choose. So there'll be 3 and you can choose which ones you want and I will send them to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Deb.
So I'm just going to sort of add a little bit more here and there, blend it in. And then this should be dry. So I will always take a little bit of paper towel, dry paper towel, and I just kind of lightly sand it or blend it in with the paper towel as I'm doing it. I don't wait for it to be completely dry because this just kind of brings it kind of all together, which kind of makes the soft look that I really like. So then I'm going to dry brush with a little bit of warm white. So I like the mental filbert edge, rounded edges. Make sure your brush is really dry. Tap off any excess, and then I will just kind of dry brush throughout. Take paper towel again and blend it in. And then I might not like a little bit of something. So I got a little bit of the dry brush into the green. So I think I'm gonna just add a little bit more to it. maybe just a little bit at some of the top. And you can see, even though Hauser green is a darker color, it just kind of all blends in and it makes it look really soft. So I'm going to do the same thing with the red, and I'm going to use sugared peach, mocha, wild berry, heritage brick, and warm white. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to start with the lightest color, not the white, but the lightest in the reddy pinks. And I'm going to do the same thing. Can they hear me?
Yes, yeah, we can hear you. They're wondering where they can find, or so Susan's wondering where she can find the pattern for your candy cane Santas.
Okay, so can't even believe this, so excited, but I was chosen to be the cover for Painting World magazine with this design. So this set will be in Painting, the October issue of Painting World magazine, which I believe they're mailing out now. They said they were starting to start mailing them out in the middle of September.
We can't, hold on, Deb, we can't see your face. Move it a little bit over, your cameras. There you go.
Yeah, so Painting World magazine, September issue. So excited and honored, can't even believe it. First time I've ever submitted to them, so it's just been amazing. Yeah, so they're shipping out in the middle of September, which is now, so hopefully people will be getting them soon.
And we will be having the Painting World magazine and Deb on an upcoming show in October. And then you'll be able to show them a little bit more of your pattern. And
yeah, I'm going to show them the beards, I think, next time.
Yeah, that'll be exciting.
Yeah.
We're down to a minute here, Deb, so we better keep moving. I'm almost out of time.
Okay,
And
so yeah, so same thing. I'm going to do the mocha, blend it off, and then when it dries, go back to my next darker one, which is wild berry. It's just a matter of all different layers blending, and like I said, I blend everything. I bring everything together with dry paper towel. It's like just a real sanding, just kind of blends it all in, and yeah, and it makes it everything really soft. If you find it looks too soft or muddy, you just add a little bit more of the darker one of the shading colors.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
awesome. And when did you say the magazine? A couple of people were asking when the magazine is coming out.
So it's the October issue, but I think Cole said that they start mailing them out in the middle of September. So I guess people will be receiving them soon. And
if they don't receive them, they can go to the website and order them there as well.
Yeah, yes, exactly. And then you can pick buy the whole kit. It has all the embellishments, the the 3 Santa cutouts with the banners, all through Sheila Landry, and it's on the website, and it's in the book where you can order the kits to paint them.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Deb. And maybe after you're done here, you can post the links on the feed so people can see there as well. So
I will. Thank you.
Well, thank you for being on the show.
It's so much fun.
Take care, and we'll see you in October.
Thanks, Audrey. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Well, that was awesome. And yeah, I'm really excited to have Deb on the show again in October with the magazine to tell you all about that and what they have going on. I always like their ornament issue because just so many great ideas. So our next guest, let me see, we are on to Annette from Kensington Art Supply, which has been around for 45 years. Annette has been the owner for over 18. Originally, the store was in a neighborhood of Kensington in Calgary and is now located in a much larger location, Southeast Calgary. Let me get Annette in here. She's been waiting. Anyway, the store has over 7,000 square feet of space, and that includes 2 large classrooms. They also have the largest selection of products in Alberta as well. And if they don't have it, they'll get it for you, right, Annette?
That's right.
Hi, Annette. Thank you for
Hi
joining
there.
us.
You bet. You bet. Let's have a nice background there. There we go.
But so glad that you're with us.
You bet. Thank you for the opportunity here. So I think we're going to start off with a little tour of the store. That works.
That sounds perfect. I will pin you and then you can just take right over.
Okay. There we go. Let me head out and let me flip the camera around so you can actually see. So can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. It looks
There
great.
we go.
Wow.
Quick peek into classroom number 1. And classroom number 2. So we're lucky we've got classrooms going on right now, but just half the amount of students in the classes so that we're safe. Lots of canvases. So we used to be down in those people that are in Calgary will have known us that we used to be down in the district of Kensington. We moved about 7 years ago, and now we're located in down by Deerfoot Meadows, actually close to the IKEA and the Heritage Costco. So if I just walk up to the front here and kind of give you a little spin around, there's the store. So it is a large store. We've got 7,000 square feet, 2,000 of that is classroom space, all sorts of fun stuff. Look, there's paint by numbers, new paint by numbers have come in. We always have
that. Paint by, that is so vibrant. I love it.
Isn't it? So this is a new company out of the US called Minnie's Picks. And there's just that many different varieties of paint by numbers. So we've got a little bit of everything: acrylic paint, watercolor paint, oil paint, canvases, paper, pens. Oh, look, I'll have to show around. There's our Copic marker display. Oh, how much fun is that? And let me see, let's walk around to the back again a little bit. And as Audrey mentioned, if we don't have it, chances are we can order it. We don't have online right now, but of course, after COVID, we're working on that. So look at that, all sorts of fun stuff: wax, oil paints, lots of fabric dyes and things along that line. So really, we are kind of a one-stop, full-service art supply store. I'm just going to pop in here. Maybe not a huge selection right now, but we've got the Americana paints, the big display. Now I know that was it Deco Art was closed during COVID, and that's why there's so many holes in my display. Oh, because we're waiting for them to bring more product in. Great selection of papers, watercolor papers, different art papers, sketchbooks, canvases, big canvases, little canvases. And oh, we've got fun stuff too. There's stencils, 4 sides just of Crafters Workshop stencils, Stencil Girl workshops. We've got art foamies. They've got fun stuff at the top there. Kensington Art Supply, some of my friends from the Bow Valley Calligraphy Guild. One little letter per each little block up top there says Kensington Art Supply. How much fun is that? So now we're gonna go back into my office. I think we're gonna do a demo. Am I on time?
Awesome. That sounds awesome. Yes, we do have time. And they're wanting you, do you ship across the country?
Absolutely. And we'll even ship into the US. If for some reason you in the US there, you've got some Americans that can't get product, happy to do that. So what I'm going to demo today is a new product that we got in called Viviva Color Sheets. I'm going to show you the packaging here. And there's 2 different options for you. There's just a package with the color sheets, and there's the package that has a water brush inside. This is the one, just the color sheets, $23.95. This is the one with the water brush, and that's $34.50. So when you open up the box, you get this lovely package here. There's a little string on the side, and you pull the string, it opens up the plastic. We'll take it out of the plastic. And what you get are these color sheets. So what happens is they've imbued cotton paper with a dye of watercolor. So what you do is you take that water brush and you get it damp. So I'm just going to squeeze it and get a little bit of water out. Just touch that piece of paper and I have watercolor. So this is great for traveling. I'm going to just pop this sideways just so that you can see how big this is. This is smaller than a cell phone. And it is so skinny. So for those people that are doing journaling, traveling, you want to travel with watercolors, or you want to travel obviously and make some art. Now, of course, we're not traveling right now, but hopefully that'll come back. This is just a darling, darling little set. This has 16 colors in it. I'm going to slide that over so you can see all the colors here. Starts with the reds, oranges, yellows, greens, like even some burnt siennas, greens, blues, purples, and black at the bottom. And so for $23.95, you get 16 watercolors. I'm going to take a little peek here. I've done this tree just with the watercolors, touching it with different parts of the brush. I'm going to pop this open again too, just so that you can see. There's the color crimson, and what they're suggesting you do too is just touch a little bit of that color, draw it across there, so you've got a color swatch. So now I know that is the color that I'm going to get if I touch crimson. And then what another nice feature they have here is in between each set of color sheets is this kind of matte, almost like a wax paper. There's no wax in it because you don't want to get any wax to come off, but it's a matte, like a drafting film. And what that does too is now it protects the wet colors on top from the colors here at the bottom. So I can keep playing, I can keep touching colors, and I'm not going to contaminate a sheet on the other side because it has this lovely piece of kind of parchment paper in between. The other nice thing they've done, I'm going to pop into the edge here. I don't know if you can see that, but they've sewn the booklet. They've sewn the booklet together here. So this is not a little flimsy piece of you know, a booklet here that this is going to fall apart quickly. There is stitching that goes all the way through, which means this is nice and firm. The other nice thing they've done here at the back is they've added a little palette. So you take off the little sticky tape here, attach it to this part in the booklet at the back, and you've got a mixing palette. So that means you can pick 2, 3, 4 different colors, mix it on your palette, and then continue to paint. So this is our, like I said, one of our newest products, and it's absolutely wonderful. Other options you've got here, for example, I've got pens. I've got the Pigma Sensei. This is a lovely pen that once you put the pen down, you can put colors on top. That's what I've done here. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of color from here, even just go across it, just so that you can see the pen. Whoops, and pop it up a little closer. The pen does not move. It stays in place. So a lot of people ask us that. It says, do you have a marker that I can go over top with watercolor and it won't move? That's the option for you there. So that's the made by Sakura. It's called the Pigma Sensei. Another one of my favorites too, Copic makes one called the Copic Multiliner. That works as well. You can draw and it won't move. Now the other option too is you might want one that does move, and I'm going to show you one here too. Everybody knows the Tombow marker. This is the black. I'm going to make a mark. I'm going to touch it with watercolor, and you can see it moves. This is great if I want to be doing some drawing, let's say, and I want to add some shading. So let's say I've got, you know, I want to do like some evergreen trees like I've started already. Pick up that little bit of color and boom. There we go.
A couple questions. Liz is asking, how long does it last? And I'm wondering, I'm thinking she means the color, like that little booklet, and you have the color in there. How long does it last?
I would say, again, depending on how thick your painting and stuff, but I bet you I could probably do, let's say postcard size. I bet you I could probably do 100 or 200 postcards. There is that much paint on these little sheets here. You'd be surprised how much paint is on there. I would think quite a bit with the 16 different colors. Yeah, easily 100, if not 200 postcards.
Perfect. And a couple other questions. Are there other color palette choices? And how do you rinse the water pen?
There are no other color choices that I know of at this time. It's just the 16 colors that they've got right now. Now, I did speak to the owner not that long ago, and I'm pretty sure they're planning something new for Christmas. So I'm going to keep staying tuned to see if there's going to be another palette that's going to come out at Christmas. And I think that is their plan. As for cleaning the water brush, you can see right here, there's the dirty brush. I just have a little piece of paper towel and I just squeeze it. Squeeze the pen, all the color comes out. You can even just hold it off. I'm just not going to do it now because I can get it all over the carpet. But you could do this outside, is just squeeze the pen and it pushes all the color out of that water brush. There is water in the handle here, and I can just unscrew this, take that little cap off and refill it. So if I'm out in the field, I almost always have a water bottle with me. I just take that little black thing out, pour a little bit of water in there, screw the top back on, and there's my water brush ready to go again. So if you're traveling, comes with a little cap. This is basically all you need, and perhaps your sketchbook, and you're ready to go. Art journaling, traveling, capturing your thoughts. This is lovely. So
perfect. That looks wonderful, Annette. Love it.
So as I mentioned, we've got lots of products, happy to ship anywhere in Canada, happy to ship to the US. If you don't see it on our website, like I said, our website isn't really meant right now for online ordering. I'm gonna pop this back to see if you can get back to me.
There we go.
There we go. So not really ready for online ordering yet, hopefully by the end of the year, if not next year. But if you do want product and stuff, that you just give us a shout, email or phone, and we'd be happy to answer questions.
Perfect. That sounds wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Annette. And
More than welcome.
We'll put the information there so that they know where to call to get more information on ordering as well. So
wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you for being on the show.
Yay, happy to be here.
And hopefully we'll see you next year.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. They always have an amazing booth at the show, so it's just really too bad that we're not able to have them or that we're not able to be at the show, because it's just a wealth of information. As you can see, a wonderful show. So we have one last, I know we're running late, but I really wanted to get to Diana Steer. She is also from Didsbury, Alberta, and she started her career in about 2007 with us at the Alberta show, and she's got a new product called D's Art Resin that I'm hoping I can get up here to show you. Let's just get this right here. Let's see, where are you, Diana? Diana Steer. There she is. All right, now it'll work. So this is about an 8-minute video, and this is the last. But you certainly want to stay tuned and watch this. It's great. Enjoy.
Hi, my name's Diana Steer, and I'm from Shorthorn Art Studio, and today I'll be demonstrating D's Art Resin, a new product that I have that I've been using, and I want to show you just how great it is. It is a no solvent, low VOC resin. Makes it very easy to use indoors and in small amounts. At Shorthorn Art Studio, you can get sizes from the 6-ounce kit on up to 36 ounce, and we will be having a 1.5 gallon and a 3-gallon kit coming very soon. So before we start, we always want to make sure we have our area all set up and ready for working. You want to make sure you have gloves. Always work with gloves. It's not a bad idea to also have a mask with you. We want some stir sticks. We want some mixing cups. And of course, we'll have some color. So let's get started. So when we're working with Dee's Art Resin, it is a 2-component epoxy resin, 2 parts A to 1 part B, and which is what we have measured out here for our 6-ounce kit. And we're just going to grab a mixing container. What I like about these jars is that they are a wide mouth jar, which allows me to scrape the sides thoroughly and get all of the liquid out of there. So just scrape that all down and out. Now, part A is a little bit thick. If it's a little bit cooler in your home or wherever you're working on this product or with this product, you might want to just give it a little bit of a stir. I like to hold it in my hand and just warm it up a little bit that way. So it doesn't have to be for very long. And then we'll open up part B, pour it in. Now I poured it directly into part A, so it's going to start its reacting as soon as I put them together. So now we have 3 minutes of stirring to do. You can see it's getting stirred up quite well. When I pick it up, it dribbles out nice and clear. So now what I like to do here, get this out of the way, is I then split up my mixed epoxy into smaller containers, and these containers are where I'll add my color. This is a 2-ounce cup, just a bathroom cup. I like to use them for pouring out or mixing my color. All right. I still have some left in my cup, but I've got about 10 to 15 minutes of pot life, but then I have 30 to 40 minutes of working time. So I want to quickly mix my color, and I'm going with a very nice lavender. This is the from Pure Epoxy, and it's a beautiful, beautiful color. That one mixed. All right. And one more color. And we just scoop a little bit out on our stick. And then start mixing. So we're going to set these aside for a moment. And get our mold. Some of my whites. If you're putting something like wood or florals into your resin, they will create bubbles, whether it's gases that are releasing or that sort of thing. I think I have a little bit of my purple left here. I think I'm just going to turn it upside down and let that drain out. All right, so we just got the last of our purple out, and I'm going to get my fingers right in there and flip this over. So once that cures, we'll see what kind of design we get. So I have a little bit of clear left here, and I have this pyramid that I'd like to do and show you a little bit about just putting, I actually got these out of a potpourri basket, and I took the dried flowers and arranged them. And again, the big thing here is going to be bubbles that want to release or get trapped. So sometimes you can only fill them up so much and you have to readjust. There. So I like these to sit for about 24 hours. With this one, I'm going to want to add a final layer of color just so all of my little flower buds have something to sit in. There. And we will just let that sit. And here's one that I did just the other day, and you can see the florals in there. I put a little blue bottom on it, and it just shows you how beautifully crystal clear it gets. I didn't get all the bubbles, but a little bit of heat or a little bit of isopropyl alcohol sprayed on it will help get rid of those bubbles. So thanks for joining me today, and I hope you really enjoyed it. Don't forget to reach out to me on Facebook at Dee's Epoxy Creates, or you can reach me on my website at deesepoxycreates.com.
That was really neat. I'm looking forward to trying that. Yeah, I've tried resin before, but that one looks very simple. And I'm just so glad Diana's a wonderful person that she's come up with this amazing product that we can all try. So it has been a jam-packed show, and I just want to thank everybody for being with us and sticking with us today. Our door prize winners are from Deb Antonick's session. We have a gift pack, and it's for Dorothy Perkio, I believe it is, and I will message you. And Deb Mishima's is Corky Meyer, and I know I recognize that name because she was registered for the Alberta show. So next week, we are on vacation. So I'm actually taking a vacation. So there will not be a show next week, but the following week we have Tracy Moreau on, as we had mentioned. So that's October 1st. So we're taking a week off, and then October 1st, we will be back. And don't forget, October 2nd, I will be hosting the class with Anna Marie and Jill Fitzhenry. So make sure you go to Jill's website, and we'll put it on our Facebook as well. That'll be a great 2 classes and get you right into the fall Halloween mode. And also check out all the wonderful items that we have on our marketplace. I think I showed a couple at the beginning of the show. This is a mouse pad from Debbie Cotton with her design, and here's a mug with Holly's with her little gnome, and there's lots of other things available there and more to come. So thank you again for watching this show. I'm starting to kind of lose it here. Hold on, I'm gonna take a and oh, sorry everybody. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, and we'll see you on October 1st on Audrey Live. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.